All right, hello, 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 hello. We're back, we're back, we're back. Singing in the rain. Okay, so we're going to be continuing our Breath of the Wild New Start playthrough. Messed up my last run, didn't know what I was doing, but we're going to be continuing now. Just ended up going north a little bit from the main path. Again, from the Temple of Time, we are going to be going the more recommended way of playing the game. So we're supposed to be going here. I ended up going a little bit off path, finding stable. We're gonna go back and go back on the main path if we can. Try. That's I guess let's go right. There's the battling peaks. I kind of want to go. One moment. Let me go back over here. All right. Hope we don't get struck by lightning. All right. So again, if you are here joining me as we do it, we like to just we have about 30 to 40 minutes of game time, if we can fit it in per day, and try to organize our thoughts about what's happening around us before we go to bed and prepare for the new day. So we're going to be actually watching. Oh, nice, beautiful. Oh my God, I'm such an idiot. You finished. You better go wash your hands. All right. Okay, okay, okay. So that's if I have the plant thing. So I'm gonna go up the hill and then fly back down through the bridge. We're gonna. Oh my God, those stupid flowers are everywhere. All right, here we go. Stay far, far away from the flowers. Ugh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, so we're gonna be watching a more perfect union video about El Sayed, Abdul El Sayed, running for the Michigan Senate. Very, very important race. Got to try to get him in there. And there's a few other races that are kind of important too, so I'll just call them out. They're going to be coming up very soon within the next week or two. So, for example, in Wisconsin, for the governor primary, the Wisconsin, there's the lawmaker, the Francesco Wong. Hong. Why did I say Wong? Hong. I always freaking hear her name on the news, but I always end up saying it wrong when it comes out of my mouth. Yeah, Francesca Hong is, running. So there's going to be a voting, I believe, on the 11th. That's next week, baby. Jesus Christ. It's coming quick. Vote for her, vote for her, vote for her. It seems, she believes in what she's fighting for. Again, we never know until once you get in there, if they actually do what they're going to say, but she seems, good. And then she had a debate recently, and all the people were following her lead. It's very similar to Bernie Sanders when Bernie Sanders was trying to become the presidential nominee. When he was running for the presidency, Bernie Sanders basically brought his progressive ideas, social democratic ideas, to the stage, and basically that forces the other candidates to kind of follow suit. Because, you're saying, I want better health care for everybody. I want free health care at the point of service. What other people are going to say? No, I want you to pay hell of money when you're like basically bleeding out on the table. No, it forces the people to. It forces the people to, take moves them more towards a progressive way, which we really need to do. Jesus Christ. All right, all right. Yeah, that's one. And then the Florida for the congressional district, the 25th congressional district. Oliver Larkin. He's running against Jared Moskowitz, which again, they're the same Democratic people that get in there and don't do anything. So this Oliver Larkin, if I remember from watching the news, he's the guy I think that basically called Trump a pedophile on TV. You know, they were trying to corner him with like some kind of thing about his stance. Is that a... Oh, there's a treasure chest over there. Sweet. What is that? Oh, damn. Oh, God. Wait. Oh. I didn't think these guys were here. Equip, right? Bam. Come on. Oh my God, they can shoot that way? There we go, that's what I need. I need the headshots. I need the headshots. Oh God. Alright. Alright. And there's two of them? Damn! We gotta kill that balloon guy over there. Alright, we got him. There we go. Got you, son. Got it, one more. Alright. God, I guess they wanted to really have him protect this area. Alright. Alright, alright. But this is not a trap, is it? Not really worth it, but okay. Get through it. Okay. Give me one moment. I'm gonna set up the More Perfect Union video. Again, so Abdul El-Sayed, he has a very good way of, you know, explaining, you know, big topics very simply and cleanly to voters, of course. So they went to Michigan, and they basically talked to MAGA voters, people that supported Trump, maybe are kind of, you know, curious about or a little bit attracted to El-Sayed's, you know, policy point of view that he's been bringing to the table. So the More Perfect Union basically put together, I guess, some kind of like, you know, sit together and, you know, hashing it out. And he did a good job going through it. So we're going to probably watch the video right now and, you know, talk a little bit through it. One moment, once I get to the top, safe zone. And absolutely nothing. All right. And I am which side right now? Okay, damn, I'm way down here. Okay. Okay. So I can... Okay. Okay. I'm gonna... I could go over the mountain 100%, but I am going to go the way that they intended me to go. Okay. Exploring, but I'm going to go the way they intended me to go. I'm going to try to stay on the beaten path. All right. Well, yeah. Goddamn, I've been trying to work on more heavier weights recently, working on my diet. Been doing okay, but I'm trying to put up heavier weights, but it seems like my hands are getting sore from it. All right. We're up here, safe zone. One moment, please. We're going to be right. All right.
Abolish ICE. I have a hard time with that.
I know that Medicare for all would be very difficult. Why is now the time?
One moment, let me double check.
Abolish ICE. I have a hard time with that.
I know that Medicare for all would be very difficult. Why is now the time?
Does he support the continued existence of Jews in Israel-Palestine?
All eyes are on Michigan, where Abdul El-Sayed is on the verge of a massive upset in the Senate Democratic primary, campaigning on issues that were previously deemed too radical.
I'm running on three things: money out of politics, money in your pocket, Medicare for all.
The argument against him is, as usual, about electability.
The electability issue, that is really the central
Electability can...
is Haley Stevens, who's backed by over $30 million from AIPAC.
No one wants Abdul to win more than the Republicans. They think that they can beat him in November.
But in an era where an increasing number of Americans feel politically homeless, what does electability actually mean?
I have a lot of concerns with the Democratic Party.
I feel scared to call myself a Democrat.
Wait. So I made a mistake. So it's not actually, it's like the centrist Democrats.
And can a progressive agenda
Democrats that are
really
actually
win in a
scared of,
purple state like
like,
Michigan?
you know, the progressives or social democrats, like,
We gather
words.
voters with diverse political views
Okay.
to put Al Sayed's message.
So they're just whatever. Forget about Trump and all them.
I come from a fourth generation auto worker family. A lot of what we hear from Democrats is like a lot of lip service, when in actuality they don't really follow through on anything that they really
They're going to the wrong side again? What the hell am I doing?
A service-disabled veteran. I would previously describe myself politically as more Republican-leaning.
I have voted Republican in the past. I feel like the mainstream media is very biased, and I do respect a lot of the independent journalists, including Tucker Carlson.
Oh, come on!
Donald Trump did visit
Tucker Carlson?
He said that
she just likes him, I guess, because, you know,
in the Middle East,
he's been supporting Palestine recently, but Tucker Carlson is
Have you ever voted for a Republican?
Yes.
Damn it, man.
More often than Democrat.
Hey, everybody. How are you? So good to see you guys. Alexis, nice to meet you. Ibrahim, how are you? Very nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for taking the time to be out here. Yeah, really appreciate it.
I'm going the right way, right? I want to cross the river.
With Medicare for All, because that is one of the most important issues in this race.
I went to medical school, and I've spent a lot of time thinking about the system. Wrote a whole book on it. And ultimately realized that the biggest challenge is not making the math work. The biggest challenge is not architecting the system. The biggest challenge is creating the political will to get there. I want you to imagine that next to your insurance card, you had another card. And that card was your Medicare card. It came to you the day you were born. And it didn't matter if you turned 26, or get married, or get divorced, or get a job, or lose a job, that you could get healthcare with it. That's what Medicare for All is.
My uncle, he had a precarious healthcare situation, and he put off getting treatment for a while, and he ended up passing away from stomach cancer. I just think that really goes to show how far gone the system's.
There was literally a story recently that came out. Oh, that's right over there. There was a story that came out recently. I don't know how true it is. I saw the picture of it. It seems to be true. Where this guy was hiking with his friends in the mountains. And while he was hiking, he, ended up slipping and falling, and he impaled himself on his hiking stick. It went through his through the kind of the front area of his traps. I believe it was his traps. Basically under. No wait, no, traps is freaking up here. What am I talking about? Wait, one more. God damn it! Oh, what's happening? My bad. Something was happening. What the hell did I say? Traps? No, I meant his lats. They went through like the front side of his lat, or the side area of his lat. I believe from his left side, and then it came out almost through his back. Kind of come a little too close to his damn spine. If it was just a little bit off, he would have most likely died. Anyways, so that thing went through his freaking body. And he ended up walking miles and miles to the hospital because he refused to take the helicopter. Because the helicopter would cost him too much money. Like, insane. Absolute, oh my god. Absolute insane. If so many other countries, you would basically get the ride for free. Of course, at the moment of service, it's going to come out of your taxes. Of course, it's coming out of your taxes and stuff. Again, people pool your money together. All the country pools their money together because overall, people want to stay healthy. For the most part, there's going to be always some grifters, some people that always abuse the system. But for the most part, people want to stay healthy. Huh. Is there another? Cool. Oh, wait, I can set that? Well, yeah, people want to stay healthy. People put their money into the system, and then when they need it, it'll be there. Oh my God, I got nothing. Whoosh. One moment. Anyways, let's get back to it.
Stands as it is right now.
Most people just put off having to do anything because the financial burden of actually getting the healthcare you need is more anxiety provoking than the possibility of being very sick. Now, the current system that we live under allows all of the corporations who make money off of our healthcare system to spend money to elect people who will then turn around and protect the industry. And they've, in effect, manufactured a bipartisan consensus that tells us we can't have guaranteed health care through Medicare for all. This is the question I always get. But doctor, how are you gonna pay for it? Just remember, we already pay for it. Every single dollar that goes to the back pocket of an insurance CEO, every single dollar that goes to a pharmaceutical company, every single dollar comes from where?
Unnecessary middleman.
Every single one. And because you don't have to worry about that health insurance CEO's exorbitant salary, now all of a sudden the overhead off that system goes down. That's the vision of Medicare for all. We could have it if we actually were willing to fight for it.
My name is Lena Saad. I'm a clinical pharmacist. There's one patient that was not able to afford her oral therapy at the time, and we relied on giving her samples that we would get from drug companies, and I would literally take it and drive it to her on my way home.
You know what I'm talking about? This is like, there are good people, man. Like, she's taking it out of her work day. She would take the medicine to her directly to help her out. I mean, there's just so many good people. Just so stupid. I know, I'm being a jerk, but that's it. We're all dumb at different times. Oh, there's a sword right here. Sweet. We're all dumb, we're all stupid at different times. The problem is we gotta notice it again this woman liking Tucker Carlson, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I mean, not to toot my own horn, but at all. And again, what I did was not really that important. I mean, and even though the Board of Education that I was working for at the time kind of like didn't want me to do it, but the head of the Board of Education basically kind of like wink and nod, just, you know, do whatever I think is best. So I would actually give students rides home, rides home after school, because some of the kids live very, very far from their the parents' house. From their house. You know, have to walk home every day. So once in a while, if I'm going that way at that time or whatever, if I had some time, I would actually take certain kids home. And a lot of times the kids were a little bit troubled. So, you know, it gave them something to talk about. We would talk about, you know, books in the car and different things while I'm taking them back home. They seem to really, really enjoy it. Doesn't mean I'm like good or anything like, you know, it's just something that I did. But again, this woman obviously doing something for her patients or her customers that she did not need to do, but you know, she did. A good thing. What else I had looking? All right. sorry.
How can we incorporate the pharmaceutical aspect into Medicare for all as well?
So one of the most important things we could do is negotiate prescription drug prices. Medicare becomes the buyer of all prescription drugs on behalf of all of us. And so it can use its power purchasing on behalf of the 350 million people in this country to start bringing those rates down. Here's the other crazy thing about pharma. Almost every pharmaceutical that has come to market in the last decade has had its roots in NIH-funded research. You know who paid for that? We did.
Schools develop it. Universities develop it.
The rights to this thing. Then they get to sell it back to the taxpayer at a ridiculous rate.
Yep.
And that's insane to me.
My mom's from Canada originally, and it seems like the motive there is to keep the people healthy.
So what we really want is prevention. I'll be honest with you, I actually agree with Maha on a lot of things. Most people are like, wait, what? They're right about a lot of the problems. The solutions are
I agree.
Crazy, but they're right about a lot of the problems. I think we need to stop selling huge amounts of ultra-processed foods in ways that have us subsidizing them via a whole bunch of programs, when what we really want is people to be eating healthy foods in the first place, right? Like in our current system, let's be clear, a lot of people make a lot of money.
Yep. So again, yeah, and not just to give him, credit where credit is due, Michelle Obama tried to do that again. I've said this before, and actually, the random woman that lives in my house basically was talking about it too. That, America has such a, I remember the damn school lunches. That tree looks so interesting in the middle of the freaking water. Oh man. Okay, I want to go to the stable. I will go to that. There's another one right there? It was 2? Alright, I'll be back for you. Let me see, where the hell's that damn bridge? Nope. Going the wrong way again. Ugh. I'll get it. I'll do it like I'm a little exploring. Michelle Obama tried to really, really fix the school lunches in America, because I remember when I was in junior high school, everything was so overly salty, overly greasy. I mean, I loved it. We could get round table mini pizzas, personal pizzas at freaking junior high school. That's freaking awesome. There was food options, but it's so overly processed, so oily, so salty. Its portions too goddamn big. Hello, my friend. What's going on with you? Are you lost or something? Kakariko is a ways north of here. If you are going to Dueling Peaks stable, it's not much farther from up here. Is that the one? You can usually find me at the stables, but if you can't wait, you can do a little business right here. I care own the finest meats. I did not meet this guy last time, I don't think. I guarantee these are top choice provisions or your rupees back. See what you got, sir. I mean, what else am I going to spend my money on? Oh, I want the rock saw for sure. Let's take on. Yes. Okay. Raw gourmet meat. Yes, sir. I don't even have the goddamn... Whatever. I don't even have the heart containers to fully utilize this stuff. Okay, that's enough. Yeah, so Michelle Obama tried her best to do that, and then people, the Republicans used it against, oh, she's trying to control your life. She's trying to, take control of your, she's not the parent. Why does she have to put herself into, the kids, family lives like that? There's a personal thing. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. Have to get some social responsibility. You're complaining about taxes going to, for healthcare and all this type of stuff, then keep the kids healthy, make them, get a healthy lifestyle. We cannot cut this tree, can we? We can cut the tree. Okay. Let me try it. Oh, I guess we can't. It's too big. I'm shocked. Really? Bird's eggs. Yeah. Anyways, get back into it.
Off of people getting sick.
I've been working for Ford Motor Company for 31 years now. I've had it nice being a UAW member that I've had health insurance my entire career. I find myself as a parent of a child with autism. I'm coming towards the end of my career. So
then why do you vote for the
biggest fears were the
wait, so that's right, these people are Democrats.
I typically hold more
some of these people say they're
libertarian views on something like this. So
are the Democrats
would we be doing a single payer system?
It would be single payer. And what I want is that the government basically guarantees your health insurance. And that allows the healthcare providers to go out and say, look, if I can provide a better service, then I should win more patients. But it shouldn't be that your health insurance says, no, here's who's in network and here's who's out of network. So you're going to go
again, even Dr. Mike, the other very popular YouTube doctor, but actual doctor, he just makes YouTube videos.
The governance of this system can't just change on a dime because you have a new president. right? And so
yeah, you got to set it up where it's, you know, pretty set in stone.
The kind that we offer in the Fed, right?
Not causing chaos whenever a new president comes in.
Sit under, but separate from the executive branch in a certain way. We're the richest, most powerful country in the history of the world. And, you know, we fight wars for no reason. But whenever we talk about providing healthcare, like,
this guy.
Well, it's a choice. These are policy choices. I would rather not spend $1 trillion on war. I'd rather spend that money on healthcare and schools and infrastructure.
The U.S. relationship with Israel.
Oh, damn it, this stupid bastard.
The question about Israel isn't about the theoretical right to exist of a country that exists. The question about Israel is, do they have a right to our tax dollars?
AIPAC is spending $30 million to defeat El Sayed, its largest single race investment ever.
Too radical for Michigan.
And the answer to that is no. They don't deserve our goddamn money.
And his opponent, Haley Stevens, has made her commitment to Israel very clear.
God, I think she's gonna.
I will continue to fight for Israel's existence. Israel comes to me in my dreams.
But most voters believe the U.S. is too supportive of Israel, according to a recent AP poll. So will El Sayed's message actually get him more votes in Michigan?
As U.S. Senator,
is the big monster coming?
How would you seek to reorient U.S. foreign policy?
I don't believe in unconditional foreign military aid to anyone. I don't pay my taxes every year to be like, man, I can't wait for Israel to get a new tank. And then when it comes to Israel's own behavior, I think we need to engage them consistent with what they have done. They have.
But it's morning, so it shouldn't be awake.
Before that, they were perpetrating apartheid, right? They lobbied to move us into a war. Now they're trying to annex southern Lebanon. Like, I just think that any other country that behaved that way would be treated as a rogue nation because they're violating international law.
A fear that a lot of American Jews have when they hear messaging against the state of Israel is that that is a slippery slope towards Jews don't belong in Israel-Palestine at all.
No.
I recognize that that land is a land that a lot of people have lived on, right? The most recent inhabitants before 1948 were the Palestinian people, but also historically the Jewish people. The problem, though, is that the implicit public policy of our government has been to aid, arm, and abet Israel's current government to the exclusion of the right to peace, dignity, and self-determination for Palestinian people, right?
What would you say to people who are worried that withdrawing defense funding to Israel would make American Jews less safe here at home?
How the hell are you less? You're in America. You're an American. Why is it cut? That's another freaking country.
Somehow makes Jewish folk more safe here. That doesn't make sense to me. I start from a position of principle, which is to say that Jewish Americans are not the same as AIPAC in Israel.
You're an American, Jesus Christ. There's always going to be racist people, but we have to deal with it again. And if you're not an asshole, a lot of people will support you.
And that we have to fight together to build an America where
oh, damn, the bunny.
Anti-Semitism is stamped out.
Spirit bunny.
The largest Arab American community here in Michigan.
The spirit bunny, the blue bunny.
Mostly are from the southern Lebanon. My dad is building this dream home for all of us as brothers and sisters, and it vanished in a couple of seconds, and the soldiers were laughing about demolishing the whole village. As an American citizen, I'm paying taxes for this government to bomb.
Once we see it, we gotta sneak up to it.
For what? I appreciate you lifting your voice, and I'm sorry about your family's experience. What is happening in southern Lebanon right now is
the spirit rabbit is different.
An abomination. I intend to be a voice in the U.S. Senate to consistently advocate for our principles, and that we apply them everywhere, and that we apply them consistently.
Do you think that it's harder to change things so we're not being proactive anymore? Like, it's easier just to let things keep going, like Israel, AIPAC. Is it just the easy way out?
I'm threatening a system of power that says you just go along to get along. The real issue in our politics is not right versus left. It's not like progressive versus conservative. It's not Democrat, Republican. It's people who are locked out of our healthcare.
I don't know how many times people got to be told this.
Versus the people doing the locking up. I just want to always be on the side of the people who are
I've been
locked
watching
out.
these videos
theory, my opponent in this race
so many times, and the same thing has to keep being repeated. Yeah, I know there's different people that come to these things, but Jesus Christ, man.
AIPAC, they will run your name in the mud.
Abdul al-Sayed is the one running, man. I wouldn't be able to handle it.
It doesn't matter as long as they maintain the control on power.
One of the biggest attacks on El Sayed right now is that he will lose to Republican Mike Rogers. The Democratic establishment thinks that Stevens' ties to the Obama administration and her history as a U.S. representative since 2018 make her a safer bet. But recent polls slightly favor El-Sayed's chances against Rogers.
No, but I think the current thing is like she's like beating the crap out of her.
With like the older demographic who are much more likely to vote, I think Haley would have a better chance to beat him.
Does that impact how you're going to decide to vote?
Yes, for sure. When it comes to being against Mark Rogers, I want to hear how you can get
this
your
40
message
area
out to people when you are facing.
Okay, I'll deal with you in a moment.
People spending millions and millions of dollars that you don't necessarily have.
You beat Mike Rogers because you build something that embodies the hope and the joy that you want to have for the future. This is a guy who voted to raise prescription drug prices I don't know how many times. Then he helped to architect the opioid epidemic. He took $700,000 from the pharma industry. They're going to spend a whole lot of money trying to call me some combination between a communist and a terrorist. And I'm going to sit out there and be like, yeah, well, he's corrupt as hell. Now, I get it. I'm brown, I'm Muslim, I got a name you probably can't pronounce, right? But I was born and raised here, and I've taken the time to serve and listen, so.
I mean, and again, look at the track record. He's actually organized things. He's actually worked with people.
I feel that some of his beliefs turn
It's like amazing how qualified sometimes people are for the job, and they still don't get voted in because people are so stuck in their ways.
I have a hard time with that.
I'm Abdul, the only Senate candidate for abolishing ICE, and I approve this message.
A lot of people in this room.
Oh, the ICE one, right?
One where they are a little bit confused about what it means. Lena, you expressed some questions about what Abdul's immigration policy looks like.
I think we can put ICE to better use to protect our borders and protect Americans. How can we draw that fine line between utilizing this federal agency versus allowing them to go rogue as they've done recently?
Here's the thing. So I've run government agencies, and once they take on a certain culture, it is really hard to change the culture. Really, really, really hard.
Yeah, it gets ingrained. So Trump, and then, like, you know, the older members indoctrinate and basically haze the new people when they come in.
To specifically enforce immigration policy. But they're against immigration. The whole subtext of this is that Donald Trump sold this fallacy to people where he understood that people were in pain. You're out of a job. You're out of a home. You can't afford your health care. And his answer was a simple one. Well, if you're out of a job, it's because the immigrant took your job. Out of a home, immigrants living in your home. Out of healthcare, immigrants took your healthcare. And so he turned immigrants into the answer to everybody's problems. And then he built out ICE as a way of demonizing immigration itself. ICE itself has become a rogue agency based on a premise that is inconsistent with both the Constitution and the ideals of our country. We don't need it. In fact, we didn't have it before 2002. America's a lot older than 2002.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Again, yeah, basically ICE has broken so many laws of the Constitution. Again, they're going completely out of their power. Again, it's like this basically, again, it's not a criminal law that the people that come here illegally, they're breaking any like criminal act. If they come over here and they do some violence against, you know, American citizens, that's totally different, but they're not actually doing it. It's like paperwork, basically. ICE is going way beyond their scope of duties. And the other thing, she's calling me. What time do I gotta pick her up? One moment. Gotta go. It is what time? Oh shit, wait. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, I gotta pick her up at 10:30. Late day. I feel for her. All right. Oh, Lord have mercy. That's not good. Yeah, but again, as you just said, ICE is not an old organization. It used to have a, you know, again, it's just, they shouldn't exist. And it's just wasting so much goddamn money. And they're literally executing American citizens in the street. But here's the thing. This has been going on for decades, generations. They've always been scapegoating some other group of people. I've said in other videos, again, before it was Native Americans. Oh, they're savages. We got to get them out of here. They're the ones causing the problems, you know, whatever the hell they are at that time. And then, you know, then whatever. at a certain time Mexicans, and it's also the freaking Chinese back in the day, and then gay people, black people, trans people. There's always some kind of minority group that has to be turned into the villain. While, you know, the real problem is laughing behind your back. Yes.
So the notion that we can't protect our southern border or we can't enforce immigration policy without ICE is just not true. You get rid of the agency, you fire all the people in it, and then you ask
just start
yourself,
over again.
what would you want to build that actually achieved the goals that we have? To keep a safe and secure southern border, to create a very clear pathway to citizenship for people, right? And in the cases where you have people who should not be here and do bad things, that you are very targeted in your enforcement, rather than making a show out of enforcing.
Why am I always so off?
That's very, very enlightening. Thank you.
Because I think this goes to like ICE and other things that like our
Oh
politics
my
are so black
God.
and white. How do you change that narrative?
I'm
Because we need to
gonna end up
recognize each
killing
other as, like,
myself.
people again.
The problem with too many Democrats is it's too easy to point and say, I'm against Trump. You should vote for me. And you're like, well,
hell is over here.
From a policy standpoint, are you really for me?
Yeah.
You're taking money from all the worst people. So what would happen if we actually built a movement about what could be good? When we can start talking to folks who might have voted for Trump for a whole bunch of different reasons, to be like, all right, is your life better now? Do you have better health care?
Yep.
Do you have better access to a job? Can you afford a home? If no, here's an opportunity. Let's focus on that, right? So I just really appreciate you guys having this conversation that's like the lifeblood of what we do in our civics, and is really enlightening. Thank you guys.
Civics, that's a
Appreciate you
class
all.
that needs to be taught
Did Abdul change your mind on any
again.
issues?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, wait one
Nice
moment. We'll
issue.
finish up.
I think the way that Abdul spoke about Medicare for all.
My bad. So that'll be the end of that video. Again, there's still like another 5 minutes. But basically, he ended up changing a few of their minds. Great, awesome, terrific. Such a great talker, great speaker. I see you hiding in the corner. Ya te sé. All right. So let me go back to the Let me go back to the stable, and then we'll finish it up. Like, I know, man. Just there's so many people just busy with their life, just, you know, day by day, just going to work, taking care of the kids, just trying to take care of their own health. Oh man, it's tough, man. I know it is. I'm there with you, man. But you gotta. And I know people do put the blame, rightly so, on the politicians not getting the message across as much as they should, the way they should. But I'm not that kind. I'm not a kind person. And I will put some blame on the goddamn voters. And again, as I've said all the time, I'm a dumbass. I'm not a good person, but I try to get myself a little bit smarter every day, and I try to be a little bit better every day. That's the only thing I can do. All right. I know. We're gonna do you guys in a moment, sure, but fun just exploring on the recommended path. One suddenly noticed so many interesting things. They got a horse too. Did I kill the horse? Oh, so these horses are really slow. L. L? Oh, A. No, L is this button. Oh, so these horses are really, like not... These horses are not, So no, these horses are not like, strong ones. Compared to, like, some of them are really, really tough to train and stuff. Get off. Oh, sorry. I didn't notice you. I was a bit lost in thought there. I've been doing rigorous research day and night to figure out the mystery of the blood moon. I've seen it. Are you just pretending to know what I'm talking about? That's fine, so as long as you'll listen to me now while I tell you about it. For 100 years now, every so often, when the clock strikes midnight, the sky turns red and a full moon rises. And at the moment, monsters that had been previously defeated will come back to life. And that's what is known as the blood moon. We kind of saw the blood moon sometimes over here, right? In the sky. Actually, your brother was born under a blood moon. Why do the monsters return to life? Why does it only happen when the sky turns red? No one really has the answers to those questions. It's a mysterious phenomenon. If you learn anything about the blood moon as you travel, be sure to come back and tell me. All right. We got more people. Oh, Beetle Bob. We meet again. What you got now? Hell yes, I'm always about the Edel. Wow. Yeah. Find all my shit. Hell yeah, son. Okay. All right. All right, goodbye. Let me check the inn, and then we'll be ready to take a rest. Okay. Okay. I'll talk to you later. Okay. We're gonna finish it up right now. All right. Let's finish it for today. Again, if you came here, again, remember the voting that's going to be happening if you live in those areas, if you live in those districts. You know, for Wisconsin, the governor primary race, Francisco Hong. And in Florida, 25th Congressional District, Oliver Larkin, Connell, PD files where they are. And there's a bunch more. You know, keep your tabs on your local races. Again, local races are very, very important. Anyways, take care of yourselves. And of course, Abdul El Sayed. Take care of yourselves. Once you love, got to get ready. Oh, Musashi, make some space for me. I'm going to be studying with you right now. Make some space on that table. Good night.